I'm Colleen Edwards, Marketing Director for River Islands, a master plan community in Lathrop in the Central Valley. I'm also this year's chair of the California Homebuilding Foundation, which brings you BIDA. You know, not everybody gets into the industry or gets into their job role in the role that they're going to serve for the rest of their career. In fact, I look back on it and think how improbable it was for me to end up where I am at all. I come from a family where there is no education and no value for education. So I was the first kid to even go to college. There was also no money. So I was the first kid to go to college on a scholarship. I worked all the time. And yet it was always, even though working the odd jobs were always worthwhile because they were kind of getting me toward my goal. But get this, you know, I graduated from Cal, a very good student. That being a really good student landed me a job as a receptionist at an ad agency. So I had a Phi Beta Kappa key, so I would wear it every day in case somebody wanted to ask me something smart. But in general, people don't ask the receptionist a lot of those things. But here's the deal. At the receptionist desk, you can learn a lot. You can learn media buying. You can learn how to write a PR story. You can review all of the advertising materials that are going out. To me, it was like a perch to watch this beautiful, interesting business. They didn't ask too much of me. It gave me enough time to learn it. But I'll tell you, after 3 years at the front desk, I started my own firm. I work at River Islands, a large master plan community. In my career, I've worked on 30 master plan communities, but River Islands is one that's very special because it's a mixed use master plan, which means it'll have a business park, downtown retail, houses. We're building a lot of recreation like lakes and parks. It means that there's just a huge amount of infrastructure and a lot of jobs. And it means that I get to see every day the future of home building arriving at work, representing all these different fields that are creating this master plan. Also, a master plan community takes a long time to build. So I'm at the beginning of a 20-year project. Imagine that. That is half a career for someone. So I'm very excited to share River Islands with you today. You know, I went into marketing, and I don't think that that's really what I went to school for. My degree's in journalism. So I always knew I could write. And I figured that I would either write for a newspaper, or I'd write for a public relations firm, or I'd write something. So at least I kind of knew what my strength was. Working for an ad agency, even at a lowly beginning role, I got to see so many of the opportunities and things that I'd want to learn. So I think that that's an important part of the where you go. For people that are thinking about entering to the marketing field, you don't have to be a writer. You don't have to be on, there's the writing side of marketing, there's the graphic art side of marketing, and then there's the whole marketing plotting and strategy and media buying. The reason I sound excited is because I love it. It's so interesting. And you're dealing all the time with the consumer, other people, and trying to figure out what about building a home, building a community is going to interest them. How is it going to change their lives? Because I really believe that that is the best equation in marketing and home building, is that we change people's lives for the better. You know, marketing is a very creative field, but creative isn't necessarily an academic field. So I don't want you to ever feel like you've got to have a 4.0 from a major university to think about a career in marketing. Nothing could be farther from the truth. In fact, there are so many ways that people enter marketing based on their strengths. The whole media buying side of things, which by the way is the actual putting together a plan to contract with TV, radio, print, all the social media, all the digital media. That's media buying. What that is math. That's deciding how much you're going to pay every time someone listens or sees the product. So there are people who are not good writers at all, probably not major designers at all, who have a really important place in marketing because they've got the math skills to put together a great media buy. I've dealt with an awful lot of art directors who, because they have maybe a reading problem, they end up on the graphic side of things, and they can create in pictures what they can't put together in words. So don't ever let what you see as some perceptual academic challenge that you face hold you back from giving a shot at what you actually want to do. You'd be amazed on the marketing side how much room we have for you. What I love about this industry is how many people it involves, the relationships that it creates, and the futures that it makes possible. For me, all these years in the business have only proven one thing, which is we're all in this together, and we're all in this for California. I'm approaching my 40th year in the business, and I can't believe how interesting I still find it, and how I am never bored. I don't have 2 days in a row that are the same. But the background, the thing that ties it all together always is my belief that we're engaged in a noble cause and that we're making a difference every day. When you think about a career path, I don't think you could think of one that's better than the home building industry. For one thing, there's a lot of fluidity in it. You can enter the industry in one area, put in your time, make connections, see something else out there that seems really interesting, and apprentice yourself to that as well. That goes from the construction side or the service side. There are so many opportunities and so many people willing to lend a hand. The home building industry is made up of mentors and people who sincerely want to help bring you along. So when you show up with a good attitude and a lot of questions, you'll be amazed at how many people want to bring you inside and show you exactly what their job is like. I know that it's hard when you're all alone and you're trying to make decisions about your life to make good decisions. And I know it's hard to know, is anybody out there rooting for you? Or is anybody there going to help bring you through? So I've got to tell you, no matter what, believe in yourself, stay in school, do as much as you can to have ongoing knowledge, whether you go to work in a trade program or you go into a 2-year or a 4-year school. Just know that the answers are there and the people that can help instruct you are there. And you're going to find people who right now believe in you more than you believe in you. And you need to get connected with them right now. Things that I want to share with you is that there is a large group of people, they're called the trustees of the California Homebuilding Foundation, who are in love with the BIDA program, who are worried about you, who want to bring you along, who sit and think about the curriculum, who support the people that run the BIDA program financially, emotionally, in every way you can imagine, because we believe that getting you through high school, that getting you into a trade program, that getting you into college, and most importantly, getting you into our industry is our biggest hope for the future.